I hunt for darkness. I get title in honorable way, or I don't get title at all. Back to the darkness I go. Let's go for that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Sarah's dead. No. Guys, I'm officially going to stop coping. I really am. When this, result happened last night for the main event, UFC 327 Miami, Ulberg versus Prochazka, I was in denial, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it happen, I saw Jiri pointing at the ground. I saw him pissed off. No, I can't win by injury stoppage. I'm true warrior. Fight right here, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway. And I thought, you know what? There's something to this mercy line. There's something to this mercy narrative. I think Jiri took his foot off the gas. I think he, mentally checked out. He wanted to win honor. I must win honorable title. Go for the honorableness. The samurai Bushido way. If there is injury, we reschedule the fight. But now I'm kind of rethinking that. Going back, watching the fight again, seeing Jiri low kick Ulberg multiple times post-injury, going up against the fence, doing his normal bounce up and down style, ready to hit him with the Rakic 1-2, the Khalil Roundtree 1-2-3. I don't really see much mercy. I really don't. And before I really get into it, I want to preface this by saying, guys, I am a massive Jiri Prochazka fan. Look at this. I spent top dollar on this. I spent fucking top dollar. Let's go for that. But I'm kind of disappointed in Jiri Prochazka. Not only the cope, but also the retardation that we saw in this fight. He reminded me of a prime Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. A prime Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill. That's what he reminded me of. I mean, I am a massive Jiri Prochazka fan. I have multiple sports cards. I post about him nonstop. Look at my channel. I glaze him. I picked him to win this fight. I picked him to win the last fight. I picked him against Poatan. I pick him every fight. But the stupidity. You have a sharpshooter, a sniper, a Nasruddin Imavov type in Carlos Ulberg. Someone who can start you the drop of a dime. Look at Dominic Reyes. Look at Alonzo Menafield. You don't rush in like a fucking dumbass. I don't care how much Bushido you fucking got. I don't care if you climbed Mount Everest. It don't fucking matter. The mercy line, I can see a little bit because in Jiri's in his own head, he's thinking, I got thrown off my game, which he did. You could see that in the fight. He got thrown off his game. He wanted to win. I must win honorable title. I have to show him the best. I get vicious KO. I don't win by leg kick injury. I could not win by forfeit, corner stoppage. I must win viciously. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking, okay, I don't want to win this way. Come to the center. I'll give you a chance. I want to KO you. I want to knock you out clean. He wasn't like, well, mercy, we'll just point fight. I don't want to get you too injured here. No, the mercy was that he wanted to still KO him and not take the easy way out. A lot of people had their opinion on this. Ray Longo. 2-minute diatribe about this. Actually, highly entertaining. We're going to go over it. We're going to review it. Carlos Ulberg. He shares his thoughts on it. Now, this, we got MMA Guru's reaction. We got Jiri Prochazka at the hospital. What does he have to say? He also had an interview in Czech when he got back to the Czech Republic. I'm not sure exactly what it said. Well, I know what it said, but I can't find it. So we're going to avoid that. But we got the Jiri Prochazka right here. We got MMA Joey, MMA Guru, Ariel Helwani, Carlos Ulberg. They're taking away. This was a miraculous moment for Carlos Ulberg and the history of MMA. Someone busts their ACL, blows their knee out, limps around. We've seen TJ Dillashaw with the shoulder. We've seen Sugar Sean, the perennial nerve. We've seen guys try to fight through some things. Dan Hooker with the broken arm. We've seen it before. But a knee is crucial against someone like Jiri Prochazka with the movement, the up and down style, the athleticism, about, backs you up against the cage. He's hunting you. What if someone's hunting you? You have to get out of there. Carlos Ulberg did something miraculous. He got a KO win, and I could see it happening when I was watching live. I saw he was injured. I said, oh, this is Jiri's fight. Then I see Jiri getting all, oh, no, I have to win still. By vicious KO, I don't take easy way out. I climb Mount Everest. I knock out every motherfucker. It was pissing me the fuck off. So we're going to look at that. I think Carlos Ulberg should be getting more praise. And we're also, obviously, the Josh Hokett, Razor Blades fight. Both guys, amazeballs. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, so much to get into. Patty the Baddie's reaction. He thought Ulberg was done. So many people thought Ulberg was done. First thing I want to dive into is this Ray Longo bit here on Anik and Florian. Before we do, let me drink my feelings a little bit. Again, huge fan. Jiri Prochazka is my boy. I'm just disappointed how dumb Johnny Walker fight IQ. I know you want the vicious, honorable KO. The Bushido style. We get all that, dumbass. You could have had a better fight next. You could have fought Khalil again. You could have fought whoever the fuck. Navajo Sterling. You could have fought Paulo Costa and got an honorable KO. Just take the win. Kick the guy's leg. Wrestle. Sorry, I'm coping here. I'm a huge Jiri fan. And at first I was like, you know what? He did give mercy. I was telling people, oh, he had his hands down. He's mercy. No. You're just a dumbass. Let's get into the Ray Longo clip. Let's analyze it.
Discuss mental illness in MMA because something is, it's all funny when the guy discuss
mental illness. This is the type of shit Yeety's going to have to deal with. People are calling him schizophrenic, autistic, mental illness. Before, it was all fun and games. It was all fun and games. I had a couple of guys from my village. Crazy guys. I take them back to the hotel and I show them something. Ah! It was funny. We were loving it. Oh, the awkward interviews. Let's go for that. It was great. Now it's mental illness. Now you're fucking schizophrenic. Now you're a sociopath. Now you don't know what reality is. You're an idiot. Which, based on the result of that fight, I gotta say reigns true more than ever, brother. It just reigns true. It does. The more I think about it, I rewatch the fight. I'm a Jiri Prochazka fan. 2 out of 5. This cost me $300 plus. I saw it in real time. I said, dude, Ulberg, I was going into the fight. I picked Jiri Prochazka. I know how Ulberg fights, so he's a terrible matchup for Jiri. He's a great counter striker. Look when Alonzo rushed in. Look when Reyes rushed in. Jan, Volkan, Uzdemir, they didn't rush in. It was a pitter-patter, points battle. Look at the guys that rush in that don't have good defense. They get starched. And I knew that coming in. So when Ulberg gets his leg injured, I'm like, oh, my God, okay. I picked Jiri anyway. I thought he was too just manic in there, too much chaos. But then I'm saying, okay, all right, word. Yeah, let's get it. Jiri's got this. Stay on the outside. Chip away, chip away. Maybe take him down. Ground and pound. Elbows. Then he starts doing the fucking, I'm so annoyed. This can't be honorable. I need honorable victory. Well, how about an honorable fucking faceplant on the canvas, starched out like a piece of plywood? Now we're talking about mental illness. The fuck?
mental illness in MMA because something is, it's all funny when the guy's praying up on Mount Olympus and standing on his bed drinking his own piss. But this is what happens, man. This is what happens.
It's all funny when the guy's up on Mount Olympus standing on his head, drinking his own piss, blindfolding, covering up his nose and running miles, playing around with a samurai sword in the woods. It's hilarious. This guy's so funny. MMA is so cruel. It's so cruel. I hate it. I hate having favorite fighters, man. It's the fucking worst.
Standing on his bed, drinking his own piss. But this is what happens, man. This is what happens. That poor guy was confused mercy. Mercy. What the fuck? I mean, dude, you blew the fucking fight. What's that thing? You blew it. You blew it. You know, the guy wants to come back now and say, you fucking.
These guys are fucking, they can't keep it together, bro. You blew it. That's the bandwagon I'm on now. I'm sorry, Jiri. I was telling people the next day, he showed the guy mercy. He had his hands down. He felt bad for the guy. No, you blew
it. Mercy. What the fuck? I mean, dude, you blew the fucking fight. What's that thing? You blew it. You blew it. You know, the guy wants to come back now and say, you fucking blew it. You blew the fucking fight. What's that thing? You blew it. You blew it. You know, the guy wants to come back now and say, you fucking blew it. Holy shit, you got to be kidding me.
So you're saying as a coach, you wouldn't have had any mercy on him?
Definitely not. That guy, first off, his first training is to go back and watch the Karate Kid 1.
Well, I thought of that too. I thought of that too.
And this guy is got to
the leg.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh,
like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You know, I'm going to tell you something, because I had a guy similar to, I'm not even going to mention names, but everybody knows who I'm talking about. But there's one fight, he's fighting a guy, oh my God, Tandem McCrory, 170 pounds, like
cat.
6'3", Kenny, probably is going to weigh in about 195. My guy, you know, he's got his special diet, and he's like 164 before the weigh-in. So he, you know, comes up with, he's going to put ankle weights on. This is why they got rid of like weighing in with your, you know, your sweatpants on.
Yeah.
He puts ankle weights on, right? So he gets up to like 168. You know, McCrory's going to be 195. He's huge to begin with. Yeah. You know what this guy does after the weigh-in? He fasted. So he probably came into that fight at 160. The other guy had to be what? So, and then he loses the fight, obviously, and he's crying afterwards. And I'm like, are you crying because you lost the fight? Or are you crying because you know you're crazy what you did? Like, I'm confused.
Anyway, that last minute was not necessary. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. But he blew it. He did blow it. He fucking blew it, man. As soon as he was pissed off, pointing at the ground, I was like, Jiri, don't do it, bro. Don't brawl. Don't do the Gagey Holloway. Don't do it. And he didn't. He was kicking his leg. It was the healthy leg, the front leg. But he was still chopping the leg. I said, okay, he doesn't give a fucking bullocks. He doesn't give a bullocks. He's still chopping the leg. Then he comes in, got him up against the fence. What are you doing? Kick him to the body. Do some angles. Go for a takedown. Ground and pound elbow. Make him strain that knee. Just ridiculous. So frustrating. And it took away from Ulberg. Here's what Ulberg had to say about it. Well, let's see what Ariel had to say about it first. It did take away from it. It was incredible. Imagine, like, I don't know, Olympic wrestler tears his ACL and still wins, or a boxer, you know, anything. It's just fucking insane. Jiri's an absolute. It was the perfect. It's a storm. I'll bring a storm. It was the perfect storm. For Ulberg to have a miraculous, iconic, memorable victory.
Any fighter from here on out who is compromised is going to be compared to Carlos Ulberg. And you can make the case that a messed up arm is actually better than a messed up leg. You cannot stand. You cannot actually have any power. You cannot push off that leg, especially as you're throwing the left hook with a torn ACL. It is unfathomable. No one has ever been able to do that. And so now every single fighter who gets injured is going to be told, But yeah, Carlos Ulberg won the title with a potentially torn ACL. That's what we think it is. It's unimaginable what he did. Any fighter from here on out.
It's true. It's true. And it goes back to the same narrative that Jiri just really fucked up. He did. And I understand his reaction. He just came out of a KO. He's thinking like, oh, I gave him a chance. But at the end of the day, you didn't. You thought he was injured, more injured than he was. You thought he was a wounded animal. But you forgot the ultimate rule. A wounded, cornered animal is the most dangerous there is. They will swing like there's no tomorrow, especially if it's Carlos Ulberg, who has the left hooks. Those are his moves. It's not like you're fighting Yair Rodriguez with the kicks and the fucking pillow hands. Aljamain Sterling. Okay, I would understand, coming in. Carlos Ulberg KOs people with counters. Anyway, I'm not going to get too upset about it. This is Jiri's reaction at the hospital. He's since
just
done
checking
an interview.
the jaw.
He's since done an interview with Czech. He went back to Czech Republic. I don't know where it is at this moment. But here's his interview, or here's his selfie video from the hospital.
Thank you all for support. Just checking the jaw here in hospital. And big apologies for my performance tonight. Still can't understand this my stupid.
There we go. Okay, so he's kind of admitting it a little bit. He's admitting it a little bit. Is he admitting that he ran in like a dumbass? That he blew it and botched? Or is he admitting that, stupid, for my mercy? For my mercy. You still had him pushed up against the fence, ready to KO him. Where was the fucking mercy? Again, it's just frustrating, man. I love Jiri. That's why I got an Adesanya poster right here. Adesanya and Jiri Prochazka fought within 3 weeks. I said before the Adesanya fight, I got my two favorite fighters, Adesanya and Jiri Prochazka, fighting in the two main events. There's no way the MMA gods would be so fucking cruel to have both get viciously KO'd. Maybe one. Maybe zero, but not both. Not both by vicious KO. Joe Pyfer goes out there and bloodies and batters Adesanya. Jiri Prochazka's opponent tears his ACL. He goes full tard mode up against the fence, bouncing like a fucking idiot, like a fucking blow-up doll at a kid's party. Oh, a bouncy house. Well, that's not fucking predictable. And gets viciously starched out like a piece of plywood.
Mercy in the fight, and that cost me this fight.
Here's the mercy line.
Can't understand this my stupid mercy in the fight, and that cost me this fight. I would like to fight a rematch because, man, that was my fight. That was my fight, and I just gave him this.
It was your fight. It was your fight. You made a dumb move. You made a stupid move and went up against one of the best counter strikers up against the fence where he didn't have to move, where he didn't have to sprawl takedowns, where he could just launch his left hook right at your fucking chin with your stupid hand down. You fucked up.
That was my fight, and I just gave him this opportunity to catch me. And big apologies to everyone who support me. Thank you all for support.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to bash Jiri the whole time. He's still the boy. He's still my man. He's still first team all violence. That's why we love him. He's going to wade into the fire. He doesn't care if his opponent leg is hurt, ankle snapped. He's going to give him a shot. He's going to go in there and look for the honorable KO. I have to win honorably. Let's go for that. Let's hunt. I bring a storm. That's just what he does. That's why people love him. And we're going to continue to love Jiri Prochazka. Maybe he fights Khalil Roundtree in a rematch. Maybe the Paulo Costa matchup. Maybe he goes down to middleweight. He weighs in at 203 every fucking weigh-in. 203. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably make middleweight. Just me. Anything else I want to review? I mean, I did want to see what Carlos Ulberg had to say about it. Obviously, you know, MMA Joey, he's always trolling. But it was Yuri's 4th title shot. He won the first title shot. Should have been Ulberg versus Hamzat, but Hamzat's in a different weight class. That doesn't make any sense at all. Much better overall than Jiri and Strickland. But again, Hamzat's not even in the weight class. Let's watch MMA Gurus. This was all our reactions.
Ulberg injured again on the back leg. Let's go for that. Oh, Ulberg dropped Jiri bad and he's out. Yuri's still with it though. He's recovering, but he's hurt bad. And Ulberg puts him away. The worst way possible. The worst way possible.
Everyone was upset about the MMA Joey. Oh my God. Watch his live stream, guys. Oh my God. What? He just got KO'd. Ulberg just knocked out Jiri Prochazka. So fucking embarrassing. Anyway, let's end on Ulberg. His thoughts on it. He was not kind to Jiri Prochazka.
Regrets that, and he let his guard down as a result of that.
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Total bullshit. That's fear. That was fear that he had. That wasn't any kind of mercy. Like, he knows he's a fighter, and that's the difference between a champion and someone who's just playing for the crowd. There was no mercy in there. He was full of fear, hesitation, and that's what got him clipped.
So part of the reason why people love him so much is because
Ulberg, Ulberg, Carlos Ulberg showing a little bit of personality here. Well, I wouldn't say personality, emotion. Bullshit. Him and Adesanya also beefing. Wonder why. Probably because Adesanya's boys with Yidi. Carlos Ulberg. He's got about the personality of a Ulberg. Bullshit. That's fear. Well, Jiri wasn't scared in there. So, I mean, I don't know what that narrative is. I don't think it was mercy either. I think it was dumbassery. I think it was honorable Bushido code biting him in the fucking ass. I think it was dyslexia, schizophrenia, sociopathic, dumbass qualities. But Ulberg's actually emotional. I like
sort of like warrior, samurai, martial arts demeanor. Do you feel like he's just playing for the crowd? Is that what you're alluding to when he does that?
I think he's a pretender. I think he's a pretender, and he knew that. I think he knows. I know that he's a pretender. So, I think from the very time we faced off, he knew that this is going to be a fight. This is a real one right in front of me. He could feel it. So he knew that I knew he's a pretender. So I think when he had that—
Now, in Ulberg's defense, Jiri did say in his interview that he felt that Ulberg was more confident. He had met him UFC 291, whatever the fuck it was. Ulberg shook his hand. Hey, nice to meet you. You know, you crushing it. But now that he's a contender, now that he's the number one, he's fighting Jiri Prochazka for the belt. Jiri said he did feel more confident. He felt like an animal with all the momentum, a rock tumbling downhill. And Jiri said he did feel that. So maybe there's something to it.
moment where my leg was compromised, he thought, oh, this could be my opportunity. But with the perseverance that I had and pushed through that and was able to adapt with it, I wasn't going anywhere. There was that very moment where we locked each other in the eyes, and he knew, damn, this is going to be a fight. He's not going anywhere, and I've still got my hands. That's the danger that I have is one shot can kill him.
When did you come to the conclusion, like you say this about him, you've never really heard anyone
That's
say this
cold.
about him. When could you feel like this guy
That's
isn't
cold.
who maybe the world thinks he is? When did you feel that? When did you come to that conclusion?
I've always known it. He doesn't hit 1, 2, 3 for 24 hours. He's just playing for the crowd. People just see those sound bites and believe it. That's playing for the crowd. I'm here to be the best in the world. I'm not here to play for the crowd. I'm here to be the best.
And so, did you notice that?
I don't know if I completely agree with that. I don't think Jiri is playing for the crowd. I think this is just who he is. This is his personality. He likes the samurai bullshit. He likes the Bushido code. He likes, let's go for that. He likes it. That's just who he is. I don't think he's playing to the crowd. The crowd gravitated toward it because it is a genuine stick personality. It's kind of who he is, amplified a bit. It's not a shtick. It's not Josh Hoke. It's not Colby Covington. It's amplified, yeah, a bit here and there, sure. But I don't agree with that completely. I do agree that Jiri thought he had an opportunity. He went for the kill. He got over anxious. He got over excited, and he got fucking clipped. You blew it!
When you faced off with him, or do you feel like you've felt this from the beginning? Months ago, years ago, since this fight was booked?
Years ago.
Okay.
Yes, years ago when we first made but then also just watching and seeing how he operates, and I know that's not a real fighter. No, that's just someone who's trying to play to the crowd and wants people to believe a narrative and is trying to go with it. And when that word mercy,
again, don't completely agree with all this, but it's Ulberg's perspective. He's bringing up mercy again here.
Was fed into his mouth on that night after when he had said what he had said. He went with it and played with it, and that was his excuse so that he could hopefully get a rematch. There is no way he gets that rematch. I don't see him getting past Ankalaev. He gets his ass beat from Ankalaev, and I don't see him in that top victory.
Yeah, hey, that's Carlos Ulberg's opinion. Who knows if Jiri gets past Ankalaev? Who knows if he gets a rematch? Who knows what's going to happen in the division? Ulberg most likely has a torn ACL. Brian Suter, the YouTube doctor. We all love Brian Suter. Yeah, let's go for that. Jiri needs to really lock in on winning fights. Okay, he's got a big fan base. We all love him. Now the dumbassery needs to stop. I fell for the mercy card at first. I'm not going to lie. I said, yeah, he had his hands down. He gave him a chance. He got clipped because of it. Now I'm on the other side of things. I think Jiri just fucked up. He just went for the kill. He thought Ulberg was... He thought he was incapacitated. He thought he was a limping, injured animal, which he was, but he forgot about the hands. He forgot about the hands. He forgot about his defense. He got overly excited. He thought he had the fight won, and he fucking blew it, in the words of Ray Longo. Now, Ulberg, relax, bud. You just fucking relax, partner. Your knee's blown out. Okay, you KO'd Jiri Prochazka, got overzealous. Congratulations. Go beat Ankalaev. Go beat Khalil Roundtree. Go beat Paulo Costa. Then I'll be impressed. Poatan might come down and wait if he loses to Gane or if he loses to Aspinall. So get ready for those hands. Poatan Ulberg, that would be a hell of a fight. And I like Zesty Ulberg. Zesty Ulberg, I should say. I enjoy Zesty Ulberg. We need a little bit more out of Blackjack. We can't just, I'm a fighter. I'm here to win the title. You need to play to the fans, bro. This is entertainment. Let's get a little personality out of you. Maybe a promo here or there. But again, at the end of the day, we still all love this guy right here. I got multiple cards. This isn't the only one. But, Jiri Prochazka, he'll be back. This is what he does. He wins 3, gets KO'd. He wins 3, gets KO'd. Ulberg, get well soon. Who knows what they're going to do? Costa, Ankalaev, maybe Prochazka, Ankalaev for the interim. Who knows? UFC likes Jiri Prochazka, so suck it, Ulberg. He might be back, and you might see him again on your calendar. Octave's back! Josh Hoke, Curtis Blades went to war. I cannot wait for Josh Hockett's career. Guy's a fucking G. Okay? We got a lot of up-and-comers I'm excited about. Larry and Douglas, among others. Jacoby Smith. We got more and more and more. Gable Stevenson. Now we got to see what he can do. I'm not here to glaze him like a Bo Nickel. There's a lot of things happening in the MMA world. A lot of shit. Bantamweight's looking interesting. We still got Peyton Talbot out there. We still got Wellmaker, Ethan Ewing. So we got a lot going on. Everybody tune in. I got my newborn coming up on a month old. More regular content coming at you. UFC content, UFC Fight Night picks, betting breakdowns, post-fight reviews, some true crime analysis as well. Tune in, turn up, sweet baby Jesus. Jiri Prochazka's dumbass, but that's why we love him. Akshay here to stay. Talk to you soon.